Although Anthony didn't necessarily check Shayla, I feel like by him asking her that question about how does she feel like Amber felt, he's starting to realize the type of person that he's dealing with. When he asked her that question, it's like he wanted to garner sympathy from her and wanted her to remember that Amber was once her friend. But seeing how she reacted and how he walked away with disappointment, he's starting to realize that Shayla's a different breed. Shayla is a different kind of person. Somebody that was friends with your wife way before you got into the picture, she actually can care less. So I feel like Anthony's starting to realize that Shayla is somebody not to be played with. I'm hoping that how she actively is showcasing that she does not care about Amber, he starts to really put two and two together as to how he even got in the situation that he's in right now. Now, I do know that that is difficult for Anthony's character because he's a person that is unable to read in between the lines, But I'm hoping that he begins to meditate on the fact that Shayla said that she doesn't care about Amber and start to go back into time and even start to consider how he even started to deal with Shayla. But don't get me wrong. Honestly, I feel like regardless, he also has a part to play in everything, but the foundation on their situationship is crucial. I hope that these writers really start to give us those skits unfolding their relationship and how they started the situationship that they had going on. But look, at this point, who knows? Because these writers, I feel like, are going to continue to keep us on this Shayla delusional train. And I'm saying this because it looks like accountability is not coming from anybody. When she was talking to Wayne, there wasn't accountability there. When she was talking to Pam, there's no accountability there. It only comes from Zachary to a certain extent. And even when they are trying to encourage Shayla so that she can aim for higher, that encouragement doesn't come with accountability. So unfortunately, that's why Shayla has grown her wings and at this point is flying. Because she's not accountable, she's unable to think about how others may have felt in this situation. Because everybody continues to encourage Shayla without giving her the accountability, she won't see how anybody else would be affected by this situation. She's only just considering how she feels, how this affects her, how she was wronged by this whole situation, because all she's been met with when she's been talking to anybody about this whole Anthony situation is encouragement, encouragement, encouragement with not 1% of accountability.